Looky here, looky here. What have we got here? Oh. Got ourselves a Saturday Tweekstreem. Alright. We can do this. Yeah, no. Welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you. It's been a while. Just making some tweaker coffee. And then we can let the tweaks begin. Who's down for some tweaks? How many tweaks we gonna do today? Welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you, good to see you. Hello, Dad, Jody, Joe. Hello, Max. Hello, Pepper. I'm your host for this Tweekstravaganza. All right, so we're back in the RV. Not much has changed other than our location. All right, I'm just gonna close this up. Let's keep some warm air on this side. I hope you're all having a tweak-tastic Saturday. Oh, wait. We gotta take care of some business here. All right. I got a box full of tweaky music to go through. Not the whole box. You've seen some of my tweak-tastic CD purchases in the last couple of months, but there's a whole bunch I haven't shown you yet. So grab a coffee, grab some tweak, grab your smokes. Oh yeah, sorry, Dad. Let's get Dad set up here. Oh. Last smoke. Just better make this one count, Dad. Just kidding. I got more. So. I'm in an RV. Yes, sir. I don't know if I've ever given you the tour or if you've seen my rig. We'll get down to that dirty detail in a minute here. I'm not in any rush. Who's in a rush? Max, are you in a rush? Yeah, he's in a bit of a rush. Let's go explore. Got some exciting new surroundings to go explore, yeah. Yeah, so I'm in the RV. Maybe so this is the inside. There's the tour. That's the back. Here's the front. Just stop me if you have any questions. Here's the door. You stay there for a minute. Winter Wonderland. Here's my new home. A trailer truck out yonder. So we're in an RV park. Daily, welcome in. Welcome in, LaRatta, to the LaRatta waiting room. Yeah, this is my place. There's There's a mountain over there. It's the mountain that's in the thumbnail. Oh, you can actually see the mountain today. Snowed or rained pretty much every day that I've been here. I've been here a week. Look at my little site set up. I'm going to be moving location to a different parking spot though. A little more private, a little more sheltered. This is nice here, but right now I'm heating this with a little 1500 watt heater. I haven't hooked up my propane yet because I've got the propane furnace behind that grate there, but I haven't got it set up yet because I am going to be moving. But it's generally just above freezing here. And with us 3 animals in here, you know, sharing body heat, it doesn't get too cold. So the heat is it's kind of a non-factor at this time of year. It's very mild compared to where I'm coming from, Manitoba. I'm of course in British Columbia at the moment. And yeah, it's dang cold back out east. So here I'm not on the west coast, but in the interior of BC. So let me just get situated. Max needs a chill pill. And yeah, I was promised you guys some reveal of my CD haul. So let's see. All right, Joe's here. Hello. Jody's here. Hello. 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 LaRatta's here. Dad's here. CJ, Tweekstream. CJK. Don't know. All right. Welcome in. Welcome in. No, we don't smoke tweak on live. We're tweakas, not tweakers. There's a big difference there. We're gonna smoke cigarettes. Dad's gonna smoke whatever he's smoking. It's kind of to your question of the pines, is not northern BC. It's the northern edge of the Okanagan Valley, really. So really, Kamloops is where I was going to be stationed, or I'd assigned myself to be stationed there. That's properly at the northern margin of the Okanagan Valley. It was very lush, fertile region in British Columbia. By the time you get to Kamloops, it's kind of really high desert. And so I'm about an hour north of there. And so you get more into timber country. And beautiful area. And so there's lots of pine, spruce, birch, cedar, lots of cedar. There's a huge cedar mill just down the road from here. Some poplars, a little bit of everything. So very, very diverse flora. Cat's name is Pepper, and he is a beaut. BC Bud, yeah. Yeah, there's no, I don't know much about that whole scene, but with legalized cannabis throughout all of Canada now, I don't know if the BC bud is as sought after as it was. Maybe it is. I can't say one way or the other. But I'm smoking these Marlboro Lights packaged in Canadian packaging. So I'm I'm convinced they're Marlboro Lights. Not the hundreds, of course, but just good old run-of-the-mill Marlboro Lights. That's what they smell and taste like. I guess New York hasn't legalized cannabis yet, or have they? Don't really care. Whatever. But anyways, yeah, we got all our vehicles situated here. It was a bit of a, well, I guess I'll give you a bit of an update first. What's been going on, because I've been here a week. I rolled into town last Friday. We grow our own legally. It's legal in New York. Oh, there you go. Oh, nice. So yeah, I rolled into town Friday night, a week ago Friday. Drove in a snowstorm. So it was really slow going to get into town. And then made my way here Saturday to the RV park. Asked around, asked some questions, and it seemed like a good place to set up shop for the winter. And I think I made the right selection of a place to hang out for the time being. I'm just trying to get you probably overthinking this here. Yeah, that's not any better. Tobacco is legal under 100. Can't do cigarettes. All right, this is maybe a little too intense. Let's add some side lighting, front lighting, back lighting. Yeah, Pepper, you shouldn't be sitting there. Oh yeah, we got our coffee. So I rolled in Friday with my 1 ton and a loaded trailer full of my shit. And then this RV that I'm sitting in at the very moment, it was still parked an hour down the road in Kamloops. So then it was kind of this logistical thing. How do I get my truck and RV in the same place? So what I ended up doing is I dropped my trailer here, drove the truck down to Kamloops, and the RV was parked in a self-storage compound. Shout out to Sentinel Self-Storage. And I drove the RV back here. So now I have to go figure out how to get my truck. So apparently there's a local Facebook group. So I put out the word, or so someone here at the resort, I tried to join this group, and I don't know if I joined or not. I don't know how to use Facebook. But someone put out a message with my phone number that I needed a ride to Kamloops. So I can't even remember what day that was now. Maybe, what day is it today? It's Saturday today. That was maybe Tuesday or something like that. Yeah, Monday night they put out the message, and then Tuesday I got a lift down to Kamloops to go pick up my truck, and got my truck back here. Could have been Wednesday. Doesn't matter. But for the kind of the last month, the truck's been acting up a little bit in that it's getting difficult to start when it's hot. So it's telling me there's a leak in the high pressure oil system, which basically in a diesel, it actuates the fuel injectors. So I knew I was going to have to do some work once I arrived here to get the truck back up to where it needs to be. There's a bit of a list of things. I wanted to get shocks, new shocks. I wanted to clean out the headlights. I mean, that's a minor thing. I had just done an oil change, but I don't know if I had revealed this, but I put some of that snake oil seafoam in before I did my last oil change, which was the day I left Winnipeg, Manitoba. That was a week ago from last Sunday. And I kind of regret doing that. I probably shouldn't have done the seafoam, because I only left it in there for a day or two, and I didn't drive very much on it. But I had the previous oil change I had done in the spring or summer, whenever it was. I'd used 0W20, I believe, full synthetic. And yeah, I put the snake oil in a day or two before I changed the oil. And I went back to the 15W40 blended synthetic conventional diesel oil. And when I drained that snake oil synthetic oil mix, it just came out like water. Like literally no lubricity whatsoever. And so I was a little alarmed at that. And so I put the heavier 1540 blend back in. And it seemed to run a bit better, but there's been things where it kind of stalls. And then, so on the trip back from Kamloops the other day, I got back to town here, went to the car wash because my truck just got slimed on this trip, you know, so I wanted to give it a good scrubbing, and it wouldn't start after I shut it off in the car wash, just cranking and cranking and cranking. So whatever leak there is or was developing in the high pressure oil system, it's kind of at a point now where the truck doesn't want to run unless it's like bone dead cold and the oil is really thick. So I might end up doing yet another oil change, but I think with all the rubber seals and whatnot that's in that high pressure oil system, I've got a little tool that I can run an air hose through, and the air leak test will tell me if it's one of those rubber seals or one or more of the rubber seals is a problem, or I may end up having to replace another high pressure oil pump. So I don't think it's the high pressure oil pump. That's a bit of a job, but all the seals, and yeah, I wanted to swap out some injectors too. Got some Motorcraft factory Ford injectors. So I hadn't gone through the injectors in the 1 ton yet. And so I wanted to make sure I got all good Ford injectors and no aftermarkets. So I don't know I never pulled the injectors in that truck yet. That's not a terribly easy job to just pull the valve covers off. You know, you got to pull some stuff off to get to the valve covers, but the injectors are right under the valve covers and away you go. So not too complex. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get the truck back up to speed before I do much more touring around, which is fine, but at least I've got a place to work on it now. Yeah. Say hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah. So yeah, there have been a couple of badger sightings in the last couple of days. It's kind of some abbreviated streams. Good to see the Bowser doing the badger thing. Cracked open a new pack here. Look at that. Don't those look delicious? Oh yeah. So yeah, I've just been kind of settling in here. So there's lots to do, even on the resort. Like they're kind of looking for people to help out. So I've got quite a range of skills that can benefit the whole enterprise. And so even this morning, I was cutting meat. So the owners of this place, they have a little hobby farm up the road from here, and they were butchering some beef this week. So there were I think 4 head of cattle, 4 steers that they had butchered on Thursday, and then they started cutting them up yesterday. And there's a guy they called in to do the meat cutting. So I was chatting with him yesterday. I said, hey, I can debone meat if you need help. So I was in there this morning, and so got them a little caught up on on the meat processing side of things, as far as making the ground beef and whatnot. I was just deboning. I wasn't cutting up steaks or anything. But as payment for my labor, I got a couple of ribeyes of grass-fed beef and a couple of pounds of ground beef, a couple of packages, and a couple of gigantic sacks of scraps for none other than good old Max. So there's some nice rib bones and all the gristly, yucky parts that you don't throw in. So it's we're gonna do a comparison, because I've got well, let's go for a little walk. I'll show you what I got. Coffee will be cold by the time I get back. You stay here and guard the RV. All right, let's very quiet around this place. Very nice. And with the layer of snow, that just insulates all the sound. So here was today's haul. So I got a big bag of scraps here. And this one kind of is bones and whatnot. So I gave Max one of these rib bones earlier. I figured that would keep him busy for an hour. But he had it polished in like 10 minutes. So then they had some ground beef frozen, which I got 2 packages of that. So 1 ribeye and then another package of grass-fed ribeye. So there we go. Not too shabby for a morning's work. What else is going on in here? Not much. But as you recall, I was getting those cheap $15 a pound ribeyes. So I think we'll do a ribeye stream one of these days. See, I just got this little sorry ass fire pit here. I mean, you're not cooking nothing on that shit. But on the spot where I want to move to, there's some better grills, better fire pits. So watch for that. We'll get a nice wood fire going and a proper ribeye stream. Because I've been cooking up some of my meats on this little tabletop propane grill, which is fine, but it's just not the same as cooking with wood heat. Cooking with gas is one thing. I mean, we all love our propane and propane products, but come on, for ribeye, you gotta use the good stuff. So yeah, that was this morning. And then I just got back into here. I was just about to fire up the live, and I noticed the badger was streaming, Tweekstreaming on Smurfwatch, so I watched about half an hour of that, and then the stream just abruptly ended. So here, now's my time. It's still got some daylight out. Let's give the people what they want, right? And Max has gotten used to jumping up on the bed and sleeping in the bunk here at night. You need to chill, buddy. Like all together. How about you go over here? Come here. Come here. Come here. Or get up. Get up or get out of the way. You go sit back here. Come on, up. Up here. Up here. 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 Come on. Up here. Yeah, he listens just perfect. We ain't talking to you right now. The stream isn't about you. It's about this box of CDs. He's just gonna be a pest, which is fine. Go on up. Come on, up. Go on up. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can be a pest back there. Perfect. Look at that boy. All comfy. Spoiled rotten. All right, let's get to these here. I gotta go through them. I sort of remember what I've showed you and what I haven't, so I just pulled this off. I've just been throwing stuff in here. You've seen that. I think it's mostly stuff in these bags that you haven't seen. Oh, wow. Jackpot. I found some cookies in there too. Nice. Woo. I haven't looked through this in a while. Yeah, all this traveling, it's just been go. Now it's time to kind of settle down, catch my breath, relax a bit. So let's get my filthy little farmer fingers on this stuff. See, what'd you see? I don't think you've seen any of this. I'm gonna sort this one over here. That. Oh yeah, you guys haven't seen any of this. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here. Yeah, a lot of questionable stuff too. This, what is this? That's good. Yeah, it's all good. We're getting there. Yeah, I got quite a haul, let me tell you. Some from the thrift store, some from used record store. Yeah, I think I got that one same place. Okay, that's one bag done. Okay, what have you seen in here? We're getting there. Just be patient. I think you've seen some of this. You'll have to tell me if you haven't. Yeah, you've seen that. Yeah. I think you've seen all that. Yeah. Some of this I was listening to on the trip from Winnipeg to Edmonton, Alberta. I was 3.5 days in Edmonton, so I had just grabbed a bunch of stuff I hadn't yet listened to. Yeah. We're gonna do a special review of this one someday. Not today. Yeah, you've seen all that. Ooh, yeah, that's a goodie. What's this? You've seen that, you've seen that, you've seen that. That goes in here. Yeah, you've seen all that. Okay, I thought there was more, but that's fine. Let's double check. Throwing all kinds of stuff in here. What's this? Seen that, seen that, seen that. Yeah, I think everything else I've showed you already. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so we got a couple of little stacks to work through. A couple of little tiny stacks. So let me just go through this again, get the thrift store stuff separated from the record store stuff. I think that's it. So, when I last pulled into Winnipeg, I wanted to stop at this particular record store. I got into town on a Sunday. That was when I did that live stream from the Flying J, and I was old man ranting about all the construction and the shitty city planning they did, and we were looking at the new Costco, and I was just being a grumpy old bastard, kind of a little bitch. But from the truck stop there, I went to the used record store because I was thinking I need some certain tunes for the next trip home, or the trip back here. And so I'd given you a little teaser that I had found this, right? You guys remember seeing this? Roger Waters. The Is This the Life We Really Want? And so I've been listening to this. It's pretty decent. I made a comment about this the other day. So Roger's got a knack for production, for making very rich sounding productions, for lack of a better word. And so that one delivered, but what I was thinking is I want to find the pros, cons of hitchhiking, and I want to find this. And I found them both at the same record store. So I got this. I have Radio Chaos on cassette. There's a copy, well, back in Winnipeg. It doesn't help me much here. I should have picked it up on CD. But at the same store, so I was browsing and I found Yes, Close to the Edge. I found Flying Burrito Brothers, The Best Of, and this is a fantastic one. I had this in the CD player in the truck for probably 3 or 4 days, just listening to it over and over and over. That's a fantastic one. So I don't know what this release is, but A&M Records, when was this released? 1988. Amazing. If you're a Burrito Brothers fan, highly recommend. So that's really all I found until, oh no, I grabbed a couple of cassettes too. I grabbed Ace Frehley. I think it's in the truck. There was Live Plus One and Frehley's Comet. So I found those on cassette. Fairly cheap. Fairly economical. Didn't break the bank. Right then, as I was getting ready to pay for the ones I just showed you, I asked him, "Do you have any Roger Waters? I'm looking for pros and cons of hitchhiking." And he said, "Oh, I got a bunch just came in." So these three were on the rack that just came in, or that he had just sorted. And then I found this Clash London Calling. Kind of felt obliged to buy that. That was $10. These were $4 for this. $5 for this. 10 for Amused to Death. Fantastic album. $8 for Pros and Cons. $10 for this guy. And then they had Pink Floyd Echoes. It's a compilation. I think it's called Echoes. Yes, it is. The best of Pink Floyd. For $8. double CD. So it's got some good ones on there. This one has When the Tigers Broke Free on it, which I haven't been able to really find on any releases. Echoes is on here one of these days. It's a good one. Check out Echoes by Pink Floyd. And I couldn't pass this one up. Slade B-sides. So I had this one. This one in the truck going for a couple of days too. Double album. Nice. I think these ones have books in it. I haven't gone through all the books and stuff, but nice package. Slade B-sides. Look at all the musics. Isn't that fantastic? Lots of musics there. So that was that one record store. Shout out to Dooley Records, I think it's called. And then I made my way back to Grunthal on the last trip home. So stopped in at the old thrift stores, and between a couple of thrift stores in town there was number one hit mix. I mean, these are all 25 cents or 50 cents each. Best of Reggae. Haven't listened to this yet. I can't remember if I showed you this one or not yet. Santana was a thrift store buy. Best of Proclaimers. Bob Marley, Lively Up Yourself. Classics for Quiet Times. What is this? Janet Jackson. Who knows what this is? All For You. Haven't listened to this one yet. And then this one, Amy Winehouse. What the hell is this? Back to Black. Not Back in Black. Back to Black. Big difference. There's no 3-chord power metal here. But can somebody please explain Amy Winehouse to me? I listened to this 2 or 3 times, and I want to get this. Like, why? I don't get it. I don't get Amy Winehouse or why people freaked out. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I'm gonna keep it, but it didn't grow on me whatsoever. I I don't get Amy Wine. I need somebody to school me on Amy Winehouse, please. I want to know. I want to believe. I don't know the mass appeal of Amy Winehouse. Anybody got some help for me there? Muslim Christian dichotomy. It's more like the Badger. There's a dichotomy. I'm not sure exactly what it was. Daly says, I know a couple of her songs that I like. Strong voice, but I don't know much about her. Don't have any of her stuff. I know, like, there's kind of, I don't know if it's like this cult following or what, but some years back, I mean, she's died, of course, from an overdose, from what I understand. Too much tweaks, or I don't know what the dealio was there. But the music is not that great. It's like 60s lounge music. It's kind of jazzy, kind of funky, kind of, I don't know. I just, maybe there's something to it. Heavy drinker, sure. I think there was some H going on there, or I don't know. All I know is, yeah, she tragically didn't stay with us terribly long. She was part of that 27 club, I guess, that a lot of musicians find themselves in. You know, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison. You know the one I'm talking about, right? The 27 club. But I wanted to like it, and it's just there. So. And then so that was in Grunthal, the old hometown of Grunthal, and then I went to the other hometown of Winnipeg, back to the different record store. This one is from Planet of Sound. Shout out to Planet of Sound. And there's actually, next time I go there, they have a Motorhead box set LP that I think I'm gonna buy. I think it's the Bomber LP in a box set. I could be wrong. I can't remember. I can't remember which one it was. I think it's Bomber. So, and I think it's like new condition. So, but they had a bunch there. So, Stray Cats, best of. It's probably the only Stray Cats I'll ever buy. $5.95. Kate Bush, The Whole Story. So this looks like a compilation from 1986. $6.95. What is this? Yes. Union. I gave this a chance at $5.95. What is this from? Like the lineup is still there. 1991, but we got John Anderson, Bill Bruford, Steve Howe, Tony Kaye, Trevor Rubin, Chris Squire, Rick Wakeman, Alan White. So I think that was kind of a trying to revitalize the glory days there. What's this guy called? Allman Brothers Band, 7 Turns. So this is after Dwayne left the band. Let's put it that way. 1990. Haven't given this one a shot yet, but When I find almonds, I usually scoop it up. So $4.95 for that bad boy. Then we found some Kylie Minogue. So here for $2.95, a live EP. 3 tracks on here. It's got Can't Get You Out of My Head, Slow, and Red-Blooded Woman. So this one's pretty good. I was expecting a little bit more from a live performance, but it's very nice, very nice. For $3, I mean, come on. And then they had Miss Kylie. This one's called Fever. So this one's got a few hits on it. Again, Can't Get You Out of My Head, Come Into My World, Fever. So yeah, this is a good one. I like this. I was listening to that for quite a few days. And I can't remember if I showed you guys this one or not, but Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I kind of felt obliged to buy it. Maybe you guys seen this one already. I can't remember. But that was from Planet of Sound. Shout out to them. So yeah, quite a haul there. So been listening to pros and cons of hitchhiking. Had that one in the CD player for quite a number of days. Listened to Amused to Death a couple of times. I got enough music to keep me going for probably a year here, and I don't have my sound system set up in here yet. But yeah, there's still, I mean, daily you haven't seen. This is all, both these boxes. I got pretty much most of the Iron Maiden catalog on CD, and then a bunch of stuff I had brought with me from home, and it just keeps getting added and added to it. And then there's boxes of CDs under here. And then I got LPs. My vinyl is in the trailer, which I haven't unpacked yet. So my record player is still in the trailer. My sound hi-fi system is still hasn't even been unpacked yet. I'm gonna wait till I'm at the other site, a little down the way, before I set up everything. Like, this place is still in a state of chaos. But I did want to show you that new music I had acquired. And so that's that. So Max and I have been rocking on down the highway, having a grand old time. Just get these out of the way here. Well, yeah, we're gonna do not a whole live stream. We'll do a feature on this one. It'll be good. It'll be good. Oh yeah, I picked up another what the hell did I pick up? I think there was some other vinyl I grabbed too. Where is it? There's some more vinyl I acquired. I can't remember where it is. Oh, yeah. I can't remember where I put it. It's here somewhere. Just hold that thought. I'll be right back. Yeah, I think I mentioned this on a stream. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Is Max keeping you entertained? I found Blondie Parallel Stripes. I think it's the name of the album. West. This was at a thrift store as well. I think these were $3 a piece, and they were all in very good condition. Welcome in, Jamie. Or is it Jaime? 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 Jamie? Hey, Jaime? Jaime? Welcome to LaRatta Waiting Room. What else? I've found a bunch of Ted Nugent there. Yeah, I told you guys about this. I haven't showed you the LPs, but they got packed away with the other records. So when I do some unpacking, I have to go through the whole catalog. It's like Andy Edwards, set up my whole collection, alphabetized, organized. But that may be many days from now, because I'm not in any hurry to do anything at this point. Actually, the plan is I got people to visit on the West Coast, which is that way, or that way. Aunt and uncle in Vancouver. It's either way. Either way. Interesting. So because the truck isn't really up for a road trip, they have a local shuttle that goes down to Kamloops, and I'll probably just rent a little car like that that four-door Corolla I had rented to get from Kamloops back to Calgary. That was so fun to drive. So the shuttle runs from here to Kamloops on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'll probably head down there on Tuesday, rent a car, go visit my kin, the LaRatta mobile. Yes, I'll reserve a LaRatta mobile. Do a quick trip out to Vancouver. I also have friends and family on Vancouver Island, but I'll have to wait for another trip. Apparently the ferry to get to from Vancouver or the mainland to the island is pretty pricey if you want to bring a car onto the ferry. So it might be cheaper to fly from Kamloops to Victoria or something. And because yeah, my big truck is not that economical on fuel, so renting vehicles is kind of not a bad option, provided the money doesn't run out. I'm gonna have to find ways of generating some income here. So, it's not like I have a bottomless budget to do all this roaming around. And then we wanted to make the trip down to see Mr. O in Oregon, which is in the United States of America. So that'll be a trip. I don't know when that's going to happen, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to try to do that with the truck or just do a quick trip down there to see his new Tweak Palace. He constructed a Tweak Palace in the last. Let's see if I can show you his fancy Tweak shack. No, it's not there. Let's see. So through the month of we're in December already, eh? Through November, he was building himself a fancy Tweak shed, pardon me. Look at that beauty, right? You just built that in a matter of a couple of weeks. Fanciest tweak. Imagine the tweaking you can do in that thing. He claims it's for storage, but I know better. So, yeah, he did a really nice job. So let's see. Do you spend much time on the East Coast? I bet it's beautiful in Western Canada. I watch a lot of outdoor camping videos from that area. Well, now that you brought that up, I mean, part of this whole endeavor was to piggyback Pig A. Oh, speaking of Pig A's, I got the update on that too. I had launched a shitcoin of my own called Tiny Coin, where I was going to be doing searching out people doing off-grid tiny home, sustainable living, micro agriculture, hobby farming, homesteading, blah 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 blah. And I was going to be putting content on pump.fun around the Tiny Coin project, and then there was going to be a LaRatta coin project, another shit coin. It's a legit, not scam cryptocurrency, where I was going to hop in this rig and seek out either content creators or people in the LaRatta community and do collaborations or meetups, hangouts, and do some streaming with some first-class tweakers, and launch the LaRatta community coin project. So we'll see how both those projects go. I mean, winter travel, I don't think I'm very much up for it. So both those projects are kind of on hold right now, or at least on the back burner. Not really doing much with either. I had a bunch of people offering to help market both the coins, but it's a little scammy. But both are available if you want to buy low. It's not a pump and dump scheme. I do want to follow through on those projects. It's just a matter of timing. So that's kind of in the future. I don't know how far in the future, but I'm excited about the LaRatta coin. Yeah, we'll tag this thing out as the LaRatta mobile. And if anybody wants to meet up, I mean, we'll put notice out or ways to get in touch with me. I mean, you could just tell me, like, yeah, I'm in. This is where I live. And so around the LaRatta coin project, I was going to do like a loop of the Pacific Northwest and the Southwest, meet up with the LaRattians down that area, maybe Texas, and then do the Midwest and Eastern Seaboard and Eastern Canada, Maritimes, that whole thing. So depending on how much travel I'm actually able to do and how much something like that is going to end up paying me. Like the thing about pump.fun is the platform was rewarding creators for live streaming directly. I don't know how. This is kind of, if you remember months back, maybe September, Bao had launched a shitcoin of his own. Some farm. What was it called? What's his shit coins there? He had a couple, and he kind of hasn't been terribly active with those either. And I'm not signed in here. I think it was pump.farm or something. Again, not scammy. There's a legit project. But then I think he got sidetracked with the LaRatta HQ project. I hope none of you bought into that. That was totally a scam, or not. Maybe not. But they were they were going to acquire some property directly across from Christopher Ruff. Uh, haven't heard any updates on that in quite some time. I don't imagine there are any updates. But yeah, Badger uh, had some shit going together on Pump.Fun, but not a ton of activity that I can tell right now as far as those meme coins. Pardon me, I've been calling them shit coins. They're meme coins. They're memes. So yeah, the Tiny Coin project, it's still in the works. But yeah, if you want to support this channel, like, I'm not monetized on YouTube. Probably will never be monetized on YouTube. I don't have a tip jar out. I've got PayPal. If somebody wanted to send me a few shekels on PayPal, you're more than welcome to. You can find me. I have no idea what my address is. Probably just look up my name. That's probably it. But if you want to just, help support my streaming, whatever this bullshit is, go check out my my coins, Tiny Coin and LaRatta coin. There's a few different Tiny coins, so I could probably put links to it, but hit me up if you're interested in those. There's, again, not a lot of activity, not a lot of development going on with them at the moment. But it's Solana based. If you're holding Solana, I mean, for $15 American, you'd get a good stake in both those coins. So that when they they don't make cigarettes like they used to. I don't know if they're too dry or too wet. The cherry just fell right off. But any growth, I mean, you'll benefit yourself because your holding will increase in value. And Pump.Fun, like, you could do, like, you'll need a wallet of some kind, whether you already have a crypto wallet or need a crypto wallet. I can guide you through that if you're interested, but really a low barrier to entry if you're not familiar with crypto, which I'm not. Don't get crypto advice from me, but as far as setting up a wallet, well, crypto is a scam, but once you know it's a scam, then you can take advantage of the scam and be one of the scammers yourself. So, so yeah, crypto can be confusing. I'm not going to do a workshop or share all my expansive knowledge on crypto because I don't have any. But as a crypto noob, rather than buying it at on Bitcoin where it's at its height, like where there's a lot of people investing at the height of valuation of a coin. I mean, that's when all the how do they call them? Institutional investors. That's when they're gonna bail. Should I think of it like a stock? Yeah, more of like an investment. Buy low, sell high. And so LaRatta coin and Tiny coin, they're about as low as you can go. Like they're like $0.000555929 per coin at this point. So like I said, if you had one Solana I think Solana was trading somewhere around $150 or $200 American. Uh, if you, and you don't have to buy an entire Solana. You could buy portions of a Solana coin, but you need a crypto wallet to buy Solana. And then through pump.fun, you can invest in whatever coins are there. And so pump.fun was really a platform that's crypto based, but it's drawing in live content creators. So the sucky thing about pump.fun is their live streaming features suck ass at the moment. So maybe they'll be developing better ways to stream, but the creator experience and I think the user experience was maybe a little on the sucky side. Maybe, I don't know. Like I was only really watching Bow's pump.farm live streams. I wasn't watching my own. I was putting out some live streams, which I think you can go back and watch. But the the user experience was not fantastic. Now there's ways of using things like StreamYards where you could, I guess, import your stream and restream it to a different platform. But I kind of haven't done any streaming off my desktop. It's just been off my phone for several months now. So I haven't been using any of those restreaming platforms. I can't even remember the names of what I was using. It's been that long. So I was doing it back in the house in Grunthal. I was doing some desktop streaming. So there's a learning curve to that, but yeah, in general, I haven't been reaching out for support, but a way to support this shit show is, and to, again, get your toes wet in the crypto world. It's fairly low risk way to do it, and you can do it with not too many dollars, is to look to the Solana based pump.fun. You don't have to be a crypto holder to go to pump.fun. Maybe you'll find some creators there that are doing stuff you're interested in. But as a platform, right now, it's not the most convenient way to stream. So hence, I'm continuing to do a bunch on YouTube. Well, not a bunch. I haven't done hardly shit on YouTube lately. There'll be more, but I want to stream more on pump.fun. It's just not a great way to put content out there. And ideally, I'd want to stream YouTube and pump.fun either simultaneously or kind of hand in hand. So I got to look at ways to develop that with what I'm doing here. And so it's kind of a process. I just haven't got around to it. But as far as if you're not familiar with crypto and want to get started, it's a pretty low risk way to get in there. And like I say, you don't have to be holding crypto or even have a wallet to check out the creators on pump.fun. You just got to download the app for your device. So whether it's your iOS or Android or Mac OS, or I guess Windows has an app for that too. Just go to whatever store and find pump.fun. And then you can join communities or subscribe to channels, I guess. Find the different channels. But it's the last time I used pump.fun is over a month ago easily. I think I was in Montana. Where was it? It's the capital city of Montana. I was in the capital there. And I did a pump stream from there. And I think, so that's easily over a month ago. So I haven't been active on pump at all in quite some time. But lots of potential there. And you can start your own shit coin, meme coin, if you so desired, if you're a streamer yourself. And develop a coin, develop a project, and there's a payment structure through Pump where the platform actually rewards creators directly. So so I haven't made a ton off it. It was like $30 or something, but it's better than a kick in the taint, right? So yeah, there'll be more streaming coming on Pump, but not immediately. It's kind of a little ways off. So there you have it. Got a trip coming to the coast, hopefully next week. I think in order for that to happen, I gotta find somebody to babysit the critters here. I don't want to be dragging them around, at least not the cat, and probably not the dog either. What else is going on? Not much. Not too friggin' much. Other than on YouTube, what I've been watching lately is I've been getting into a lot of Motorhead music and documentaries. So there's the Overkill documentary for Motorhead. Well, you're welcome, Daily. I didn't explain much, but for the time being, I guess get your intel from YouTube, where I'll be streaming on this channel. The shit show continues. We'll be doing the Tweekstreams on this LaRatta channel here. But YouTube the algorithm has been serving me up a bunch of great Motorhead content, whether it's interviews with Lemmy, lots of videos. So I was just kind of motorheading on Motorhead yesterday. And great story, great band. I remember seeing them, or I just recall that I saw them at the Alice Cooper live show in Winnipeg back in '92, I believe. They were the opening. So that was fantastic. I just vaguely remember that show. And I believe that was for was that Constrictor or Trash? I can't even remember. They still had Kane Roberts, and Motorhead was opening. And so yeah, they were loud. That's what I remember. They were loud. I wasn't a big Motorhead fan back then, but I saw them live. So that was kind of neat to just. I forget how I came up with that. I think I was trying to look up the song list for that Alice Cooper show, and when I looked on Alice Cooper, you Google on the internet somewhere, like all of Alice Cooper's tour dates back to 1969, and I couldn't find the show in Winnipeg, and I think it was 92. It might have been 91. But for whatever reason, I was kind of getting into Motorhead earlier in the year, and I was looking up Motorhead tour dates, and it showed that they were the opening act for Alice Cooper back then. So I was kind of indirectly able to find that Alice Cooper show through the Motorhead tour date show, or tour date site. And sure enough, Alice Cooper with Motorhead opening up, and so I found both those uh, shows uh, through Motorhead, because for whatever reason on the Alice Cooper site it didn't have Winnipeg as a tour date. I don't know if that was an oversight or if I was looking in the wrong place, but uh, it did not show that they made a stop in Winnipeg on that tour when in fact they did. And so, I mean, that was a little disorienting for me. It's like, did I remember going to a show that didn't actually happen, or was I tripping that bad or what? I mean, I did drink a lot in those days, so it's entirely possible I remembered paying for attending and enjoying a show that I didn't actually go to. But no, my memory is correct. I went to that show. Motorhead was the opener, and it was a glorious time. Very loud. Loudest band in the world, right? And so yeah. In recent weeks, I've kind of been channeling Lemmy, not so much with the booze and drugs and the lifestyle, but just the life philosophy. Very interesting fellow, very interesting gentleman. I think I'm gonna adopt the big handlebar with. So I'll be channeling Lemmy more in the weeks to come. Not so much in the wardrobe either. I don't think Lemmy would be wearing a wool sweater in front of a camera, but with a plaid T-shirt. Who knows? So we'll see. Do more about embodying the legacy of Lemmy through this channel. It'll be nice because this is all white, but this is dark on the side, so I'll get rid of the white. It is a warm sweater. My brother actually got this for me. He was working in China, so 100% wool, and he made a trip to Nepal. Where's the camera? Focus, you fuck. Anybody see that? It says 100% wool made in Nepal. I don't know what kind of wool, but it's woolly. So we brought this back. I mean, probably paid $2 Canadian for it or something. I don't know. I'm sure it was cheap. But I haven't worn it much over the years, but it fits right in with my surroundings here. I was walking around in this most of the day yesterday. It was snowed a fair amount yesterday. Today it stopped snowing overnight. I was walking around in a t-shirt earlier. It's beautiful here. But that's that. So yeah, just been grooving on the Motorhead. Really getting much more of an appreciation for the band, the music, just the philosophy or life direction that Lemmy was going in. Mad respect for that guy. I mean, for all of them. I mean, you look at the legacy they left. So Daly's willing to offer oldest child for some sweater like this. You know, born to lose, live to win. Right? I mean that line in Ace of Spades, you know, win or lose doesn't matter to me. Makes no difference, you know. win or lose, I'm still going to win. It's just how you frame it. So yeah, I really, a lot of wisdom in the lyrics, the lifestyle. I mean, it was the rock and roll lifestyle, but as far as influence, you know, everybody wanted to be Motorhead back in the day. You know, we wouldn't have Metallica, we wouldn't have the Red Hot Chili Peppers, we wouldn't have all these acts if it wasn't for Motorhead. We wouldn't have the double kick bass drum without Phil Filthy Animal Taylor. Just there's so much to love about that band. So don't know why I didn't get into them back in the days. Maybe there was a stigma, or just they were my head wasn't ready to embrace it at the time. But at the age I'm at now, it's like seeing interviews with Lemmy when he was around my age. It's like, yeah, it's like we're kind of vibing on the same wavelength there. And of course, unfortunately, Lemmy passed. Well, they pretty much all the original lineup is gone, eh? But Lemmy passed away shortly after his 70th birthday of very aggressive cancer. He was diagnosed, and then a couple of days later, he was gone. So, at age 70. But lived every moment of his life to just squeeze all the juice out of what he could get. So yeah, I'm kind of more raw dogging life. I'm not doing the speed and the booze. Like I'm not interested in that. I'm doing the nicotine. I mean, some of the interviews I was watching yesterday, you can see him just puffing on the smokes, and his fingers are just yellow on both hands, like all the way to his knuckles. It's a little gross, but I mean, he had some health challenges, like Lemmy specifically, and he was smoking 2 packs a day. And then once the doctors told him, like, you gotta watch, he cut down to 1 pack a day. But we'll see. My fingers aren't even getting yellow yet, so I probably need to smoke more. But still enjoying the smoke. This is, for me right now, this is self-care. I know the health hazards, but the benefits are far outweighing the hazards right now. I'm enjoying the cigarettes. So my tweak is tailor-made smokes, and happiness is a cup of coffee, not tea, and a good smoke. Not a book. Not happy is not a cup of tea and a good book. It's a cup of coffee and a good smoke. And this is a pretty sizable pail for caffeine consumption. And at the resort that I'm staying, they actually have a very nice cafe. They're actually turning me onto quality coffee. I've been doing, of course, this shit. Shout out to McDonald's and their McCafe blend. That's been what I've been brewing up here. But they've got some whole bean roasted coffee from Kelowna called Cherry Hill Coffee. Very nice, very nice. Very nice bean. So I might be drawing away from the McCafe and getting to some better coffees. But coffee is expensive as frig, man. They wrote a whole lot of mediocre. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is like almost $50 in the grocery store now. It's nuts. It's bloody nutty. And a pound of this Cherry Hill from Kelowna, it's not going to be cheap. It's probably $30 for 1 pound of whole beans. I hope it's only $30. But I don't even know where my coffee grinder is. I don't think it's in this rig. I think it's in the trailer packed away somewhere. So I don't. I'll finish off this tin. And well, speaking of tins, how about them? How about them Danish biscuits made in India? Did you guys see that the other night on Bowser's stream? Does that look delicious or what? So remember those tins of cookies in the blue tin, and they're like shortbreads. Oh, speaking of cookies, yeah, I got some nice shortbread cookies here. Yeah, before you rush out and get those Danish cookies, which for a lot of people is a Christmas tradition, flip them over and look at the label. Make sure it doesn't say made in India. Because if it says made in India, you want to toss them out. But these are made in Cambridge, Ontario. Stripy chocolate on the front side. Chocolate dip on the back. Oh yeah. Econo. So good. With Dr. Pepper. Yes, sirree. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a fresh coffee. That last one was a tweaker coffee. So I'll have to grab a new filter and some fresh grounds. I wonder if Lemmy was into these. But yeah, just a word to the wise. Those Danish biscuits. I guess you can look up on YouTube or Google Danish biscuits made in India and then report back to me. But yeah, I think I'm going to pass on the Danish biscuits. Unless I know. There's nothing against India. It's just, like I say, after a quick Google search and a little bit of behind the scenes footage of the actual manufacture of those biscuits made in India, I'll let you try to convince me to buy and consume those. But yeah, hard no for me, dog. What else? So we did Motorhead, we did CDs. You saw that video? Yeah, was that delightful or what? Was that the same stream where they were doing the shit festival, the cow shit festival, or the cow dookie festival? The dookie flinging. I don't even know what they called it, but them Indians were wildin', man. Shout out to Dookie Fling Indians. Cow pie bingo. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's an event. I would be calling the FBI if I saw something like that going on around me. Or I'd text Mitch and get Mitch to call the FBI. Because he's got like their direct number. Mitch is out of jail apparently. I mean, we don't follow a lot of other tweakers on this, but shout out to Mars. I think he was in the pokey for a little while, but for whatever reason, he was in and now he's out. Someone said they saw him streaming last week sometime. I haven't seen. I don't think I'm subscribed to Mars Life or Amish. I don't even know what his channels are. Mars Life is one of them. Amish Paradise, I think, is the other one. But yeah, I used, when he was streaming more regularly in the summer, I'd tune in every once in a while with his 3 viewers, and Stoffel was in there. Mitch Lovin' Mitch, yeah. That's the guy. He would come in Bao's channel in the chats and try to stir up chaos, but unsuccessfully. Whenever Mitch would show up, that's usually when a TTS train would start chugging. So that was funny to see. And the TTSs are the donations to through Streamlab. I think it's Streamlab or StreamYard that Bao uses. Streamlab. But yeah, it would be funny that Mitch would come in kind of belly aching and people would start throwing money at Badger. So, it was kind of delightful to watch. Direct Dookie, haven't really been following anything he's doing. Bao's been following the Todd Ryder saga. Yeah, I don't follow that other than what I see on Badger's channel. Say hi to the people. So this is Grunthal cat, relocated to British Columbia. It's a he. So this is the this was the big boy back on the farm. He was like the alpha male. And he's just a puny little thing. He's just all hair. But he was like the top dog, so to speak. And he kept all the other males in line. And he was going to Pound Town with all the lady cats. So he was the man. And so when I had given possession of the old place to the new owners, I said, well, you guys want to keep the chickens, but you're getting the cats too. But I'll come back and grab a couple. So I think there was like 4 or 5 kittens that we left behind and a few adult cats. And I said, I'll come back for that fluffy gray one for sure. So last time I was in Grunthal, I scooped up this monkey. And there's a couple of kittens that were born in the summertime that I'll probably go back and grab one of those white and yellow ones. I don't know if you remember seeing those tabbies. There was a couple of real sweetheart kittens there. They're just gorgeous. But the people that bought the place, they got tons of family in the area and they all own farms, and so you always need mousers on the farm. So they didn't complain too much when they inherited all those cats as well. But it's up to them to get rid of them. I just didn't have time. Normally I would have either rehomed them online or just taken them to the livestock auction, put them in a box, free cats. The farmers and producers that come in, they would just Oh, cats. Oh, 6 cats. Yeah, I'll take them. Or kittens, weaned kittens. But I just didn't have time with packing and the whole move and everything. The cats were not a priority. But I'll see if there's any cats left next time I go to Manitoba. I'll go scoop up a little playmate for old Pepper here. Go to Pound Town. Now, there's some cats around here, but they're all fixed from what I understand, males and females. So we shouldn't have a cat population explosion. There's quite a few dogs living in the park here through the winter, so Max hasn't really met any of the dogs. He has met a lot of dogs in our travels. My cousin had a couple of dogs, so he got to be good friends with them. He actually became a little bossy around them. He met my brother's dog in Edmonton. He's been meeting just random dogs here, there, and everywhere, but he's getting more socialized. He was not socialized to dogs at all on the farm. The neighbors all had dogs, but we generally kept the dogs apart from each other. Just didn't want any turf wars or gangs of dogs kind of banding together and creating havoc in the neighborhoods. So the dogs were all kind of segregated. So Maxie didn't really socialize with any of the local dogs back on the farm. He just had his old buddy Rufus, which still remains, his whereabouts are unknown. So we'll see. I was hoping to have a chance to check out the local dog pound, see if there were any lost dogs brought in, but from the location where he was, I think somebody just picked him up. I don't think they would have called a dog catcher to brought him into town. So if he's still around, he's either with a good family, or if he's not around, who knows what happened to him. So I would like to find out at some point. Jody's back, or you've just been lurking. Golden Retriever and cat are best friends. They clean each other several times. These guys are good friends. Max is super jealous though. What's the matter with you here? Who told you we were streaming? Go back to bed. It's like 3:45. What are you doing up? Good to see you. Good to see you. See, we're in the same time zone now. I'm a neighbor now. Feeding stray cats. Well, yeah, that's how you get them to adopt you. That's the surefire way. Stop feeding them, and they'll unadopt you. That's as easy as it goes. Old roommate I had. Oh, that was like 2007. I was on a main floor flat, and he was on the second floor. He was like in his 70s. And he was an animal lover. He had this dog that was like 18 years old, this old collie. Poor thing was blind, lame. And he picked up a neighborhood cat. He's like, "Oh, look, the cat came back." I was like, "Yeah, well, you keep feeding it. Like, of course it's gonna come back." And he adopted that cat, and that cat was pretty much a feral cat. Like old Pat, my roommate, he was the only one that cat would tolerate. You know, everybody else would just get annihilated by that cat. So just completely feral. Yeah, don't, if you want what's the matter you to go away, just stop feeding them and stop giving them cigarettes. DLZ, say hi to Chili for me. Yeah, everybody's been complimenting the sweater. It's from Nepal. 100% wool. Yeah, if you don't feed the strays, then they won't come back. So that's the operative principle right here. But I'll continue feeding Peppa and Macaroni. Where's Macaroni? Oh, he's napping. He's well into his third afternoon nap here. But there we have it. Yeah, we've been going for almost an hour here. So I think we'll wind this down. What the temp where you're at? Minus 50? Well, in central Canada, it's not quite that cold, but I'm nowhere near central Canada. I'm near central British Columbia. And let's just look up the temperature. So we'll do a little doxing here. Self-dox. All right, so well, what's going on? Jealous boy is already sniping at the cat. Okay, so here's what it is back home. So this is in Celsius. In Gruntal, it's minus 23 Celsius. So let's do this here for you. So here it is in degrees Fester. Minus 9 degrees Fester. That's where I left. So that's Grunthal. My hometown Winnipeg, minus 10. Let's see. And it's going down to minus 14 degrees Fester in Winnipeg. Tonight, I guess. Or maybe that was this morning. It looks like tonight. But by Tuesday, it's supposed to be back above freezing. But here's what it looks like in central British Columbia. So here's Kamloops, 40 degrees Fester. And then some pretty mild temperatures for the coming week. Not too bad, not too bad. And then here's where I'm at. So it's 35s right now. The sun does not shine here. So as you can see, there's like snow and or rain forecast for the next forever. No sunbeams. Well, what's that? A week from Monday, we might see some sun. So I think I saw the stars here one night, and that's been it. It's either fog, rain, snow, or just overcast. Like that picture I used on the thumbnail of the mountain, that was from several days ago. Because most of the time it's just obscured by fog, mist, or clouds. And I think there's mountains behind, that mountain is over there. I think there's some right behind me too, but I have yet to see them. So there you go. So yeah, nowhere near minus 50 where I'm at. thank God. And that's actually one of the reasons I moved out here. Like, I grew up my whole life in Manitoba, or lived most of my life in Manitoba, other than when I was driving truck, traveling around to nicer places. But the cold is just uh, no. I put degrees Fester for the benefit of the Americans. The Canadians understand how to use real temperature units. If I put it in degrees Celsius, you guys would just start thinking. So. But yeah, I wanted to live here 35 years ago. Well, even since a kid, I would have loved to have grown up here. It's a different culture, definitely. But for years, I just wanted to get away from Manitoba. A big part of it was just the climate. It just sucks. There's a guy from Manitoba. He's living here. He's going back to visit family for Christmas. And I said, enjoy the cold. Like it's not nice there. Cold and windy. So, yeah, that was the. Let's see, where are we? There's Winnipeg. Jeez. Yeah, so the actual temperature right now is minus 10 Fahrenheit in Winnipeg, but it feels like minus 16 with the wind. And it's only like a 8-mile-an-hour wind. But then tomorrow, jeepers. Tomorrow it's supposed to, if you can see, what does it say for Sunday? Minus 13 and windy. So it's going to feel like a minus 100. And then windy on, it's warming up by Tuesday. But tomorrow is going to be just awful. Yeah, it's incomprehensible. And I lived in that shit for too long. Makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. You'd have to be a tweaker to live out there. So yeah, already feeling that much better with the change in venue, being here. Like it's wonderful. Like sure, there's a lot of snow, but walking around a t-shirt, it's glorious, man. Now I'm sure I'll acclimatize to the milder temperatures where 35 degrees Fester is gonna feel like super cold to me eventually, but just coming from that deep freeze to this is like moving to Hawaii, man. I can't even put into words how great it feels. It is so much fun. I got a smile on my face. Yeah. Yes. Let's smoke to that. Dad, you need a smoke, Dad? Need a puff? Who wants to smoke something? No, Max, you've had enough smoke today. Well, your fingers are all yellow. What did we do for the internet, TV, and cable? All drugs and alcohol. Oh no, the homeless? You got lots of homeless. Oh hell yeah. No. If you need some homeless, come on up here. We got plenty of homeless. Even back on the prairies, yeah. Oh yeah. Here's something we can talk about. Yeah, just okay, that homelessness. It kind of ties into a bigger picture. Yeah, that's kind of what I qualify that as a smile. It's more of a sneer. But, it's like homelessness is a symptom of what seems to be happening. What I'm seeing now, here's where we get a little more philosophical and ideological. But it's like the system is breaking down, and homelessness is one indicator. Is that the homeless community, if you want to call it that, or homelessness as a phenomenon, it's evidence that the system is failing people. Now, some people want to be homeless. I'm kind of homeless, but I'm able to maneuver within my homelessness to have a secure place to call home. Yeah, I'm gonna make you smoke now. Yeah, let's all make what's the matter you stop what he's doing and smoke. So everybody just stop what you're doing. Let's wait for what's the matter you to grab his lighter and his cigarette. We'll wait for you. Just let us know when we can start up again. Because we're making you do this. It's not you, it's us. System is doing what it's designed. Yeah, here's where I disagree. The system is failing. And I've been waiting for this for a long time. And I've said this on previous streams. Like, I can't wait till Gen Alpha takes over. And what I've been seeing this week is more and more videos on YouTube. The algorithm, I don't know if it's because of what I've been watching elsewhere, but all kinds of videos of teachers quitting their jobs, elementary school, high school. You're lit? We can get going again? Okay, good. Sorry for interrupting everybody's stream there while we waited for What's the Matter You to catch up. And now we're good to go. But all these teachers are quitting their jobs, leaving their careers as teachers, public school teachers, because of Gen Alpha. And it's the parents, right? And to me, this is a better indicator that the system is in its death throes. Because for decades, like how many videos have you seen online where parents, angry parents, are showing up at PTA meetings and school board meetings, airing their grievances at what the system is doing to their children, because in reality, from kindergarten to grade 12, the school system spends almost more time with the children than the parents actually do. And nowadays, between the school system and the tablet or the screen time, yeah, these smokes are just falling apart. They're junk. Those teachers have a huge time investment from your child. And by your, I mean the parents. And so parents are kind of giving their children over to a system that demands how many thousands of hours of their time over the course of their life. And a lot of these school board policies and teachers union policies, they're not meant to benefit the children. They're meant to benefit either an ideology or the union. And oftentimes the union doesn't benefit the teachers. There's other dynamics going on there. And so you hear from these teachers that are, these kids are, we can't discipline them. They're out of control. They're ruining my classroom. They're ruining my mental health. It's like, Yeah, but you were part of this and you never spoke up in defense of the children or the defense of what's right and wrong, whether it's some progressive agenda towards education or gender ideology or any of that. Like it's just been a total shit show for the last 20 years, easy, maybe longer, 25. Like I departed the public school system in 1989, and it was nothing like what started happening in the early 90s with political correctness and different ethnic groups and like so between multiculturalism and these crazy ideologies and a deterioration of basic reading, writing, and math skills, it's kind of come to a head. And teachers are fed up. And rather than look at themselves and say, how did I contribute to this problem? They're pointing the finger at, well, it's the parents. Parents don't discipline at home. They expect us, and we can't discipline here. It's like, yeah, but you told parents to shut the fuck up when they came to you and said, I have a problem with what my child is picking up in your classrooms. And they said, not our problem. Deal with it. And so, yeah, the homeschooling is going to explode. But seeing that teachers are ready to abandon Gen Alpha, it's like, I can't wait till Gen Alpha has the reins of control and power in the world system, because they hate everybody. Like, you know, there's the generational warfare between, you know, the boomers and the millennials, or the Gen Xers and everybody, especially the boomers and millennials. Gen Z, they can barely tie their own shoes. But Gen Alpha has come up with a way to negotiate the system where they're just saying, fuck you to everybody. And it's interesting. It's very interesting. So I'm watching to see what's happening, but seeing all these teachers give up on their dream of being educators, like that's a telltale indicator. It's like the cracks. There's like the homelessness were the cracks in the foundation, but the education system kind of imploding. Those are the gaping holes that we're seeing in the system. And so the system is literally starting to crumble as we watch. And I've got my bowl of popcorn, I got my Dr. Pepper, I got my tweaker coffee, I got my Marlboro Lights packaged in Canadian packaging. Let's go. I want to watch this show. This is getting good now. And so the system was designed to operate in a certain way, but I think we've reached critical mass, or the tipping point, where the largesse and the audacity, the arrogance of the elites, of the people in power, it's just gotten so top heavy, the thing is ready to topple over. And it's gonna get fun from here on in. Guys, grab your front row seat, grab your popcorn. I've been waiting for this for decades, and it's really starting to happen now. So the Chinese proverb, may you live in interesting times. Well, it is getting fascinating as we speak. So that's just my word to the wise here. If you've been frustrated with the dumpster fire that is society for the last couple of decades, this is not even the climax. Like this is just like the prologue, like the story that's about to unfold. The next 10 years are gonna be, I get just get giddy with excitement thinking about it. This is gonna be so much freaking fun. Aren't you guys excited about this? That's what made me smile this week. Seeing all these videos, strategic realignment of the East and West. That I don't know if that necessarily is a factor, but yeah, the West as it crumbles. I mean, the East, they have their own issues, but I mean, I'm located in the West. I'm part of the West and familiar with the West and familiar with how the West has been designed to be taken down, but not in the way that it's currently happening. So the takedown, you know, we've been struggling with oppressive taxes and influence of not influence, influx of immigration. And I'm not opposed to immigration, but you can't, who said this the other day? I forget, but it's when you have a porous border and generous social programs that give and give and give, that's unsustainable. Because I agree with Larkin Rose. You know, you can't tell someone it's illegal because of some piece of paper with some squiggles on it says you're not allowed over this imaginary line. I totally agree. But when you have generous social programs, that's when you can't have both. You can have one or the other. You can have closed borders and generous social programs, or open borders and tight social programs. Because it's just the program that's been run for the last 15, 20 years is just open the doors to everybody. And the taxpayer just is crumbling under the pressure of that weight. Like, it's just too much. So there's going to be pushback in that area as well. And this isn't a left or right versus thing. It's just economics. Like, it's just the way it goes. It might have been Aaron Clary, Asshole Consulting. Shout out to Aaron Clary. I've been getting a whole deal of good wisdom from his channel. Check out Aaron Clary, Clarey. If you're interested in looking him up, he's got a lot of sound advice for people of all ages. And this thing with the teachers, though, like, if the teachers leave en masse, then what? Like, then what? Like, what's the fix? If you got full classrooms and nobody at the front of them, like, what's the answer system? How are you going to deal with this? AI? No. AI isn't going to replace all these teachers. You think the Gen Alphas are tough on teachers? Watch what they do with AI. They'll bring this country, they'll bring the whole system crumbling down in months if you replace a human teacher with AI. Oh, they'll hack that thing so fast. Oh my goodness. Do it, elite. Tell the teachers we got you. We'll just replace you with AI instructors. Please do that. Please. I want you to do that. That would be my policy. For every teacher, don't find a replacement. Just stick AI in the classroom. AI will deal with the kids. Easy peasy. Do it. Please. I'm begging you. Do it. You know you want to. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. Yeah. My two oldest girls went to public school. My son has no interest in going to public school after what those girls went through. I've asked him before I started every school year. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not a parent. I know what I would do with my kids. It would be the homeschooling route. Because the public school system is like what's worse than a dumpster fire train wreck? Like it's just yeah. Like I've got stories. We could tell stories about the public school system. It's just it's just a smoldering sack of poo poo right now. But it's like hang on to your hats. I forgot to wear a hat today, but it's gonna be so wild. The ride is gonna get so wild from here on in. And if you're not prepared for a wild ride, it'll take you by surprise. But if you knew that the wild ride was just around the corner, it's like I'm ready for this. I can't wait for the entertainment value. Like the Tweekstreams on Bow. I mean, this is low grade stuff. We're gonna see the high octane tweaks in the next decade. Oh, it, this is it. Like this is what it looks like. Uh, the the controllers of power have jumped the shark, so to speak. Reference to the Happy Days and that episode where Fonzie jumped the shark on the water skis, right? Who remembers Happy Days? And yeah, they thought we were all just gonna fall in line with their program and take it on the chin, but no. It turns out Gen Alpha is going to be the chosen ones, to destroy this whole thing. And as Gen X, I'm a slacker, right? What was that Bart Simpson saying? Underachiever, proud of it. Like, I have no initiative to help fix the system. I didn't. In ways, I possibly helped build the system, but in many more ways, I've said like I'm totally against the status quo. I'm more against busting the system, but I don't have the resources or the power or the influence to do that. But the entire generation, Gen Alpha, they just found a way that they're just gonna be them, and the system is essentially defenseless to their. It's not even an attack. Like it's not even a resistance. They're just not going along with your thing. Like, have you guys heard of this thing called mewing? Put a 725,322 in the chats if you know what mewing is. It's this thing that's driving teachers berserk. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So let me know if you know what mewing is. Nobody? Well, mewing is like the ultimate diss for the Gen Alphas. And it's the stupidest thing. It's really super lame. And there's ways to combat it. But mewing is like if somebody's talking and you're of Gen Alpha, and by Gen Alpha, we're talking kids that were born, say from 2012, 2015 until 2025. We're on the cusp of a new generation, Generation Beta. That sounds wonderful. But when someone's talking and demanding your attention and demanding you pay attention, the way to disregard them is just, it's kind of a motion. And you're doing this. Like while someone's talking at you, not to you, but at you, you just do this. And then you stroke your jaw with this glance as if I could not care less. It's just this. And everybody knows what that means. But the teachers they're mewing me. They won't listen. I hate it. I can't sleep at night. My kids are all blah, blah, and it's just the the tantrum. Like, yeah, the chickens are coming home to roost, folks. This is what it looks like. Me, you know, and what this is just Gen Alpha saying we're not gonna be accountable just because you say we are. I couldn't care less about what you're saying. With just the smuggest of smug. I can't even recreate. I thought I could be pretty smug, but look up mewing videos and just I guess you have to practice. Maybe if I was in front of the mirror practicing the smugness, but some of these, 13, 14, 15, 16-year olds, they've got the mewing down. It's almost bone chilling if it was happening to you. But watching it happen to somebody else, especially somebody in authority, like a teacher or a principal or somebody who Gen Alpha, instead of doing that, because this was our disrespect back in the day, right? No. That's too lowbrow for Gen Alpha. They've come up with this. Well, I can't even do the smugness. I can't. You guys got to look it up yourself. Like, trust me, it is. Just fail any that don't participate. Well, one video I saw the other day, a teacher was comparing her 2005 classroom to her 2025 classroom. Like, she's been at this a while. And back then, like, I guess she averaged over a number of years. Out of a class of 25 kids, in any particular year, she'd have 0.5 children would fail the course material. I think it was 2005. It's kind of irrelevant, but jump forward 2 decades later. So the children that aren't meeting their reading and writing at the grade level requirements, it's like 50% now of the same teacher who has teaching experience and skill. Just failing the kids is not a solution. And when you've got an entire classroom doing this, and they don't care, like, they don't value grades, they don't value admiration, they don't value affirmation, they don't value anything that the older generations have to offer them. Like, they are so insular, like it's so cliquish. Like, if you're older than 18, like, they don't even bother acknowledging you. They're like, this is the best acknowledgement, Just, and again, I can't get that smugness. I need to practice. They're completely uncontrollable. That's what I'm saying, and that's something if I have an ambition, it's to be ungovernable, uncontrollable, but to have a whole generation, like, they're the antithesis of sheeple. They've created their own culture, their own language, their own meme culture. They don't care about anything. Like, it's almost unfathomable. Like, they don't care about anything. If you were asked Gen Alpha in the public school system, go find a 13, 14, 15-year-old right now that's in public school, ask them what they care about. They're going to do this to you. Like, they don't care about anything. So what do you do? How do you control somebody who doesn't, like, you have no leverage on them? That's kind of the whole point. They hold all the power because they're not willing to be controlled by the existing system. They're just defining their own way, and it's not anarchy, it's utter chaos. And it's funny as hell. Yeah? Smoke another one, Dad. The bull was getting pretty cold looking there. Heat him up. Blaze it up. So like I say, I'm a little giddy. I'm a little high on this whole thing. But it's like the cracks have formed, the holes you can stick your fist right through have formed. And then we'll see the sub foundation where the bedrock that they built this shit on is just quicksand. Oh, it's gonna be so good. So good. The system, yes, was designed to operate under a certain set of stipulations and rules and blah and this and that. But when you got a whole generation that doesn't even care about rules, they don't care about nothing. That's gonna bring the whole damn work down. And so yeah, it's gonna be both disturbing, but also lots of opportunity in that too. So we'll recreate a society that maybe if Gen Alpha isn't interested in participating, whatever, we don't need them. Like, I don't know, pick the brains of any particular Gen Alphites. So I don't know if they have a vision for their lives or ambitions or goals or dreams or hopes. That's kind of irrelevant. Like they're kind of the chaos agent on the planet today. So it's just kind of let them do their work like a horde of locusts or whatever. Just pick the bones clean of the system. Discipline, yeah. Like I think discipline is important. Absolutely, yeah. Like in the East, like a friend of mine was saying, he's got his son's son, so that would be his nephew. So my buddy's brother, his second wife is Chinese, like from China. Immigrated over here in no time at all. Like she had kind of she brought like a money printing machine with her. She just was able to find success in whatever environment she found herself in. But they have a son who's 3 years old. He's fluent in Chinese and English. He's teaching the grandparents how to speak English, the 3-year-old. And just a little whiz kid, right? So it's definitely a different mindset in how people in the East bring up their children. But it's like, how many 3-year-olds do you know in North America that are fluent in 2 languages and can teach the grandparents, one of those languages at 3? Like, I mean, that's just a natural aptitude, right? What's the matter? You is trying to say something coherent here. Let's just see if he's got something. I actually understand. They have little reason to think they're going to survive and have anything. They probably understand the previous generations have lived beyond their means and destroyed everything. Yeah, it's like, I mean, they see the writing on the wall. Like real estate and home ownership, that's not going to be a reality for most Gen Alpha. If you were to ask them, like, home ownership is not a priority. Is being an influencer. It's look maxing. If you don't know what that is, we'll do that on another episode. It's muting. Like they just don't value the things that the previous generations valued. Like Gen Z, they've almost kind of given up on the hope of home ownership. Just because the cost of it is out of their reach generally. And again, it's economics. Even at $25 an hour, if the minimum wage was $25 an hour, most people couldn't afford a house in their lifetime, even with 50-year mortgages or longer. So, I mean, there's outliers, of course. You know, the bell curve has, you know, people at the bottom end and the top. So, but the mean, you know, the peak of the bell curve there, that's the median there. Most of those people that fall in that, you know, 2 or 3 standard deviations, like they're hooped as far as home ownership. So it's not a priority, it's not a goal, it's not a dream, it's not even a hope. And Gen Alpha like understands that. Like, yeah, you guys essentially fucked us. So payback is a bitch, right? And you don't like this? Well, you know what we have to say to that? Just more of this. That's all you get. That's all you get from them. So yeah, it's very, very, very interesting. And I'm not even interested in trying to harness the chaos or the power that's inherent in that whole generation Alpha. I just want to stand back, let them do their thing. I don't want to get in the way. I don't want to meddle. I don't want to try to guide them or offer wisdom. It's like, you guys are doing everything perfect. Just carry on. Have at it. I've been waiting for this for decades. I didn't know it would look like this, but this is what it looks like, and I'm pleased as punch. I'm pleased as Dr. Pepper. One more slurp of Dr. Pepper. I've almost been going for 75 minutes here. I think Killamilla is going to be getting the handoff pretty soon. So we gotta can't just spend all our time here. We gotta go hate on Ryder for the rest of the afternoon. We can't just be sitting here gushing over Gen Alpha. I mean, that's not very productive. We got to go hate on Chris Ryder for a bit, right? So Killamilla should probably be starting up any minute now, if not already. I don't know what time zone he's in, but it's 4:30 here, so that'd be 7:30 on the East Coast. Someone needs to take those kids fishing and no, don't do that. Don't do that. No. Do not try to reform this. Do not interfere in any way. That's not the point. We don't want to fix this. There is no fix for this. Gen Alpha is the fix. They are what's going to bring the system down. It's not AI. It's not digital ID. They've got it all figured out, even if they haven't figured anything out. They are doing exactly what they need to do. Do not take those kids camping or fishing. Well, if you've got kids that enjoy that, sure. But we're at the point where it's not about getting things back to the way they were. That things ain't going back to the way they were. I kind of came to that realization somewhere around the year 2000. Like, we ain't going back to Kansas. So don't even try. Don't even try. We only forward. We are progressives here. We only look towards the future. We only don't worry about the fishing, camping, bring them up right and teach them. If you have kids and want to raise them that way, yes, have at it. But as far as trying to fix that entire generation, no, that's not our responsibility at this point. Yeah, what the fuck do I care? But that needs to be our position. It needs to happen naturally, organically, and they've already come up with their strategy, which is this. I'm not going to do this to you. What's the matter, you? I respect you too much. You're too much of a valuable part of this tweak community. I would never do this to you. But yeah, we've taken away all their tools, so they fashion their own tools, and they are bringing rapid destruction to the system as we know it, and that's exactly what the system needs. It's a little bit of destructions. Andy Edwards is the rock and roll. Well, I declare the death of Andy Edwards. Oh no, I take that back. Long live Andy Edwards. Who cares about rock and roll? There's enough rock and roll out there. We don't need any new rock and roll. I got my Motorhead. I got my Alice Cooper. I got my Black Sabbath. I got my Flying Burrito Brothers. I don't give a shit about the music that comes out today and forward. I got enough to keep me going for decades, if not centuries here. So yeah, death of rock and roll. It may have died a long time ago. Not even important. Not even important. I'm not trying to diss you or Andy there, Dad. It's just Andy's got his perspective. I still tune in as much as I can, but I don't watch because I agree with him. I watch to get his perspective. And it kind of helps me develop my own perspective. But it's not important whether rock and roll is alive or dead or died or has died or will die. It's kind of not even the point of the discussion. So AC/DC, yeah, AC/DC sucks. I've been saying that for years. Let's see here. I've been doing that the whole time and you've been talking, but I guess it doesn't trend. Well, you're using the AI. You can do a whole mewing live stream. You can clip something out of here, and Andy Edwards is the greatest YouTuber that's ever lived. That's shout out to Andy Edwards. So if you're not subscribed to Andy, you're just plain fucked. If you're not subscribed to Andy Edwards, there's literally no hope for you. Let's just put it that way. Right, Dad? Can I hear a hell yeah? So subscribe to Andy. Subscribe to What's the Matter You. Although I don't know why you would. You got me subscribed in the first place. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I guess Andy owes me one. I've got a lot of people. I've been teasing with this too. I did that. My reaction to Andy Edwards way back in like April or something, or March. My reaction, and so tons of people know Andy Edwards, subscribe to his channel, and they've checked out that video. They say they love it. End up subscribing to this. I don't see any of them in the live streams. Maybe there's some lurkers or who knows what. But I haven't done any standalone videos that I upload. I just have been doing live streaming, and so some people they don't care for the live content. But I've gotten a lot of subs from Andy Edwards fans, and I've done some music content. I mean, we did not a music review, but a music reveal of the shit that I've been buying. So I know you guys appreciate that. So on my next live, I'll share all the AC/DC content that I've got. But yeah, AC/DC, they suck big time. Oh, horrible. Bunch of degenerates. 3 chords, hard rock and blues. It's like awful, awful. Nobody should listen to that shit. Okay, Dr. Pepper's done, coffee's done. I think I'm pretty much done. So I think I've talked myself into peak tweak here. It's time to go hunt something down and cook it up and eat it. We'll probably see about doing a ribeye taste cook-off, because I've got some of them $15 a pound ribeyes in the fridge, and some fresh grass-fed ribeyes from this morning. So we might do a cook-off taste off. I don't know what you call it. A side-by-side over a wood fire grill. So I look forward to that. Max looks forward to that, because he always knows there's snacks when that happens. But I think that's it for today. So bye.